Hi guys, welcome to the YKim YouTube channel. Please subscribe and ring the bell. I wanted to wrap up with episode 3 on this psychotherapy business. What I wanted to talk about was hypnosis and the initial influence it had on psychotherapy. And what is psychotherapy? Just so we can make things clear. Psychotherapy is and was deemed to be a talking cure just by a dialogue between two people. Just by that talk and bringing out things that we'd forgotten about or we didn't want to think about. We'd repressed them. They were hidden away. The parts of ourselves that were hidden, that gets brought out in this talking between the two, this dialogue between the two. Once it's all out and interpreted and understood, then a cure can be had. Instead of physical interventions like medication or other modes of trying to fix or forget about people with mental illness. That's what it was deemed at the time, mental illness. Now it's mental health. Instead of those interventions, it was not needed anymore, because all we had to do was get underneath everything by talking it out, by bringing it out through the talk. And that's where hypnosis comes in. Hypnosis had an influence on that process happening. When people were in a hypnotic trance, it was observed and noted that things came out within the trance. Experiences, feelings, and events that had been completely forgotten about. However it happened. Whether they really wanted to forget about them or they just happened to forget them with no purpose of doing so. It came out in the trance. They used this hypnosis trance method and they applied some of it in the talking cure process, in the psychoanalysis. Through the talk and in a trance state, semi, the things that were forgotten about now come to the surface. So psychotherapy is the talking cure by applying this process for mental health problems, for anxieties and depressions, and deemed to be strange by modern society, and problematic behaviors, like, for example, running in the middle of the night and stripping all your clothes off, jumping in the ocean, howling at the moon, hurting yourself, believing wild and outlandish stories to be actually true and happening in your real life. This type of eccentric behavior was cured in the talking process, with an influence from hypnosis. The influence being that when you are in a dream trance-like state, it's possible to remember and recall all of these things that happened either earlier in life, the things that you never wanted to talk about, the desires that you had, the real strong motives you have, the real strong impulses you have, the real and strong resentments that are infused from your thoughts and become a part of who you are. However, you've forgotten all about them. And it's affecting your daily life in many different ways. Running through the street and stripping all your clothes off is just one of them. There's other different levels of how it affects your life. Repressing all of this. The talking cure will help understand and clarify the natural order of this process. And once that clarity is had, the person can go on with their life and be much more in tune with who they are and their place in the world. In psychotherapy, this talking cure to treat mental health, dreams are also interpreted in the talking analysis process, psychoanalysis. Dreams are spoken about and interpreted and put into perspective, the things that happen in the dream to what you are really desiring and what you are really resenting. The things that you've repressed and forgotten from when you were very, very little. That can all be understood and clarified through interpreting the dreams. I wanted to share with you guys just a small critique I might have, and then tell me what you think. Number one, is this field of psychotherapy valid? Should we take it seriously? And does it help us to become more aware of who we are and our place in the world? Number two, and this is my critique, some of these psychotherapists, I think if this is true, their theory, then that means most of the world and the societies and people and groups and individuals in the world are unaware of who they really are. Because the process of the talking cure helps you to become aware of what you were not aware. And so people that don't do it, therefore, are cast with a blanket of judgment. And even, to some extent, a lot of the problems we have politically and the troubles that we have in the world is due to this. That we've got groups of people just running around unaware of themselves. And they are They're driven by this force that they don't even know about, that compels them to do things. Desires and impulses and resentments and deep-seated needs within, underneath, that they've forgotten all about. And that's what drives them. It drives their behavior, politically, economically, and religiously. And they don't even know it. That's the only critique I'll have of psychotherapy. Please, guys, comment and tell me what you think. Should we take it seriously? How much benefit is it? And, what if we don't do it? Does that make us unaware, bad people? Subscribe, ring the bell. Out.